Hello everybody, Itiri back again with another video. Alexander Sasha Zverev stopped Novak's dream to win an Olympic gold medal in Tokyo 7 weeks ago. Daniel Medvedev crushes Novak's Djokovic dream to completing the calendar Grand Slam and becoming the only third ever man player to do that unbelievable achievement. And he stops Novak Djokovic in the US Open final 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. This was never a match. This was never a close contest. This final was, you can say, a straightforward victory for Daniel Medvedev. It was never even excited to watch, because I felt that it was more or less only one player on the court. It was just a straightforward victory for Daniel Medvedev. He never gave Novak Djokovic a single chance. Medvedev was serving like a machine. I don't know if I've ever seen Daniel Medvedev serving this kind of serves, especially the first set when he won 100% behind his first serve. He landed 65% first serves in the first set. He landed 15 first serves in the first set, Daniel Medvedev. 15 first serves. And he won all of those 15 of those first serves, of those points when he landed his first serve. So he won 100% behind his first serve in the first set. He did 13 winners in the first set, Daniel Medvedev, and only 7 unforced errors. So he does 5 more winners than unforced errors in the first set. No, 6 more winners than unforced errors in the first set, Daniel Medvedev. So it was really flawless in that first set, Daniel Medvedev. Djokovic started the match bad in the first set. He was starting serving, like we all know, those who have watched the match, and it was 40-15 up in that first game when Djokovic was serving, and all of a sudden Djokovic, he started to do some unforced errors, started to do some bad points, started to do some bad decisions, and Medvedev broke his serve. And after that, it was uphill for Novak Djokovic, because considering how Medvedev was serving, Novak didn't see one single break point in that first set. Medvedev was winning his serve. Medvedev was holding his serve in that first set in 1-2 minutes. 1-2 minutes. It never, sometimes even under 1 minute. Sometimes even under 1 minute. That's how marvelous his serve was in that first set. Djokovic didn't see one single break point. So one bad game from Novak Djokovic in that first game of the first set cost him that first set 6-4. And then in the second set, the beginning of the second set, Novak saw some break point opportunities, especially in one game in Medvedev's serve when he was 40-love up, but he couldn't convert. Medvedev came up with some big serves, especially in 2 of those breakpoint opportunities that he saved himself from jail. Medvedev, he came up with big serves, and in one of them, Djokovic couldn't win the point. In one of those 3 breakpoint opportunities in that game where Djokovic was up 40-love in Medvedev's serve, he had one slight chance in a rally, but couldn't win that rally. Medvedev saved that one. And the other 2, he saved with big serves. And then later in the second set, and now, no, it was the same set actually. In the same game, Djokovic once again had 2 more breakpoint opportunities. All in all, he had 5 breakpoint opportunities in the same game, I believe, in the beginning of the second set. Medvedev saved all of them. And later on in the second set, Medvedev broke Novak's serve and eventually and then he kept holding his serve till he won the second set as well, 6-4. And then in the third set, Medvedev breaks Novak's serve immediately in the first game of the third set. Immediately in the first game of the third set, exactly like he did immediately in the first game of the first set. It was the same scenario in the third set. Medvedev broke Novak's serve in the first game of the third set, and then it was the uphill for Novak in the third set as well. Medvedev broke Novak's serve once again in the middle of the third set. Novak took back one of the breaks when Medvedev was trying to serve out the match at the 5-2 game. Djokovic took back a 5-3 game, and then he held his serve to 5-4, and Medvedev eventually he served out the match and served out the final in his third championship match point, and won his first Grand Slam title in his career, and for sure not his last. It was a flawless Daniil Medvedev. It was a great performance. Daniil Medvedev, we saw not a beast mode level performance. I don't feel it was a beast. He was beast mode in the first set, especially beast mode serving Daniil Medvedev. In the second and third set, because if you watch Medvedev's stats, in the first set Medvedev does 30 winners, 7 unforced errors. So he does 6 more winners than unforced errors in the first set. Daniil Medvedev, he won 100% behind his first serve in the first set. In the second set, it was more human Daniil Medvedev we saw. He did I believe 12. He did 14 winners and 14 unforced errors in the second set, Daniil Medvedev, and in the third set he does 11 winners and 10 unforced errors in the third set, Daniil Medvedev. So Medvedev's best set was for sure the first set. The second and the third set, it was very, very, very solid performances, both in the second and third set. All in all, a great level mode performance from Daniil Medvedev, an average level Novak Djokovic. I don't feel Novak was horrible, but he for sure was average. And you cannot beat with an average level performance a great level Daniil Medvedev we saw in that final yesterday. You just cannot beat. Djokovic, he felt flat, he felt tired, he was landing only 54% first serve. Novak Djokovic, when you land under 60% first serves in, you just cannot beat a player in that kind of form like Medvedev was in that final. Medvedev has been showing great tennis the entire US Open, these 2021 guys. He has dropped only one set, and that was in the quarterfinal against that qualifier. And all the other 6 matches he has won his straights. And the case was in the final as well. Djokovic, he has been looking beatable the entire tournament. To be quite honest, he has been looking beatable the entire year besides the Australian Open. He didn't look unbeatable at Wimbledon as well, but he just didn't run into great mode level players. He just didn't do. Berrettini was not in great mode level at that final. Shapovalov was not in a great mode level in that semi-final. And at French Open, he was also beatable too. He'll drop 6-7 sets the entire French Open tournament. But the difference was here at US Open, he just ran into a player who just refuses to miss. He just refuses to miss. He was playing the big points better than Djokovic. He was serving better than Djokovic. He's doing more winners than Djokovic. He's doing less unforced errors than Djokovic. He was mentally better than Djokovic. He was physically better than Djokovic. It was nothing. I didn't see any kind of. It was nothing Djokovic did better than Medvedev in this match. Medvedev was better than Djokovic in all aspects of the game. Just look at the numbers, for God's sakes. Djokovic landed 54% first serve in. Medvedev 57% first serve in. They both won 80% behind his first serve. Both. But if you look points winning behind second serves, Djokovic wins only 40% points behind second serves. Medvedev, 58% winning points behind second serves. Why? Because Medvedev was outlasting Novak in the longer rallies. That is a sign when you win so many points behind second serves like Medvedev did 58% and Novak only 40%, that is a sign that Medvedev was outlasting Novak in the longer rallies. The tactic was clear from Medvedev. Keep the ball in middle of the court. Don't give Novak Djokovic any kind of angles. The tactic, the game plan was super clear. I could see that. Keep the ball on the middle of the court. Don't give Novak Djokovic any kind of angles to hit winners and avoid Novak's forehand. Medvedev was trying to avoid Novak's forehand in all costs. He was afraid from Novak's forehand. I understand him because Novak has actually a very underrated forehand. If Medvedev was hitting 7 out of 10 times in the middle of the court or towards Novak's backhand. He was trying to avoid Novak's forehand in all costs. And it worked for him. Djokovic couldn't find any winners. Djokovic couldn't find any angles. Djokovic did only 27 winners and 38 unforced errors. So Djokovic does 11 more unforced errors than winners. Medvedev, on the other hand, he did 38 winners and 31 unforced errors. So Medvedev does 7 more winners and unforced errors. So a clinical performance of Daniil Medvedev, especially the first set, man. I have never in my entire life seen Daniil Medvedev do a better first set than he did against Novak Djokovic. I have never seen. And I said it, I was texting to a friend of mine. I swear that I was texting to him, I was saying to him, if Medvedev keeps this level, if he keeps serving like this, he will win this match in straight sets. I swear to God, I texted to him these kind of words. And Medvedev, he came down to earth a little in the second and third set, but Djokovic never raised his level. Medvedev, he came down to earth in the second and third set. He was not serving and he was not blasting winners. At least not winners compared to unforced errors in the second and third set, because in the first set, like I said, he did 6 more winners and unforced errors, 13 winners and 7 unforced errors in the first set. In the second and third set, that was not the case with Medvedev. Like I said, 14 winners, 14 unforced errors in the second set. So even Steven in the unforced errors winners ratio there from Medvedev's racket. And in the third set, 11 winners and 10 unforced errors. So he does only 1 more winner than unforced errors from Daniil Medvedev. So he came down to earth a little more in the second and third set. But Djokovic never raised his level. Djokovic, he never matched that. The first set, nobody could have beaten Medvedev. I swear to you guys, nobody. No one. Even if Djokovic maybe would not have lost that first game of the first of the match when Medvedev broke Djokovic immediately in that first game of the match, even if that first set would have gone to a tiebreak, I would not have fancied Novak. Not the way Medvedev was serving that first set. Medvedev would have probably won that first set in tiebreak anyway. But the second and third set, Medvedev was more human. He was more human. He was not as invincible in the second and third set like he was in the first set. But Djokovic never raised his level. Djokovic looked flat. He looked tired. He was not serving good. He was doing too many errors, especially with his backhand. So Medvedev had a really great game plan. He had a superior game plan, keeping the ball in the middle, keeping the ball towards Novak's backhand. Novak's backhand is not as good as before, guys. It's not. It is not. Especially Novak's down the line backhand. No, he tried. And what did I say before the match? What did I say? Medvedev is one of those few players, together with Zverev. Zverev has shown that in 3-set matches, but never in 5-set matches. Medvedev is one of the few players who can hang in with Novak on cross-court backhands. He doesn't mind hitting cross-court backhand. He doesn't mind. Novak, he was challenging Medvedev with cross-court backhand, and who was hitting the unforced errors first? Who was it? Was it Medvedev? Of course not. It was Djokovic. It was Djokovic who was hitting those unforced errors with that backhand. Djokovic was trying sometimes to go down the line with his backhand. He was missing. He was hitting long, or he was hitting the net. Djokovic was going sometimes to play slices. Novak's slice is not as great as Federer's slice, so he could not hurt Medvedev with his slice. Novak was not winning many points when he was trying to bother and was trying to change the dynamic with hitting slices, backhand slices sometimes. He was not winning many points, maybe 1 or 2 points with his slice, not more than so. Medvedev was outlasting Novak Djokovic in those cross-court backhand rallies. Medvedev was outlasting Novak Djokovic in the rallies overall. Even if it was cross-court forehand rallies as well, Medvedev was outlasting Novak Djokovic there as well. Medvedev was outlasting Novak Djokovic in the cross-court backhand as well. Medvedev was outlasting Novak Djokovic in the long rallies as well. Medvedev outlasted Novak Djokovic. For the first time between these two, at least in a 5-set match, we could see the age difference here. Medvedev is 25 years old. Novak is 34 years old. Novak is 9 years older than Medvedev. And considering that Novak has played 5 hours and a half more of tennis these 2 weeks in US Open, because Novak has lost 6 sets before this US Open final and Medvedev only 1 set, you could see that Novak... That's why Novak was approaching the net so much. He couldn't handle Medvedev from the baseline. Medvedev took down Novak Djokovic from the baseline. When have you seen Djokovic attack the net 47 times? When have you seen that? When? Never. I've never seen Novak Djokovic, at least not in a 3-set match, where the match was over in 3 sets, because this match was straight sets victory from Medvedev. Djokovic attacked the net 47 times. Why? He could feel it. I could see it. If I could see it with my eyes, for God's sakes, he could even feel it even more with his... When the dude was facing Medvedev on the court, that I cannot handle this guy from the baseline. He's not giving me any kind of free points. And considering how he's serving, I have not taken my teeth into his serving games as well. So I need to do something. And Djokovic started to attack the net much more in the second and the third set. This was a similar match, more or less like the match between Felix and Medvedev in the semifinals. Felix was trying to outlast Medvedev from the baseline in the first set. Couldn't do that. He saw that, no, I'm not hitting through this guy. I'm not doing any winners. I'm not winning any baseline rallies. He's killing me from baseline. I will try to attack the net. And Felix did that he did it very much in the second and third set. And Felix almost won that second set when he had 2 set points in his own serve. And Djokovic did the same thing here. He couldn't handle Medvedev on the baseline. He was losing almost majority of the baseline rallies. No matter if it was short rallies, middle rallies, or long rallies, Djokovic was losing them. So Djokovic stopped. And compare that how much tennis he has played before this final started. He has only won 1 match in straight sets in all of his 6 victories in US Open before the final started against Medvedev. He didn't have the physicality to hang in with Medvedev on the baseline and play a 5-6 hours match, because he's not 25 years old anymore, and he's 9 years older than Medvedev, and he has played 5 hours and 30 minutes, something like that, more tennis than Medvedev in 6 matches in this 2021 US Open. He was forced to attack the net. He was forced to shorten the points. And that's why he attacked the net 47 times and won only 31 of those points. Because it is not easy winning many net points against Dan Medvedev, because Dan Medvedev, he is not bad in doing passing shots as well. But that was a good tactic in my opinion, because he didn't have any choice, Djokovic. He just didn't have any choice, just because he couldn't beat Dan Medvedev from the baseline. Medvedev was just too good, too solid, too consistent. And if you look at the clutchness, Djokovic Djokovic is the clutch beast, the best clutch player of all time. We all know that. But for sure, he was not in this match. He had 6 break point opportunities, Novak Djokovic, in the entire match, and he converted in only one of them, and that was in the end of the third set. And Medvedev, he had 8 break point opportunities, and he converted in 4 of them. So one time in the first set, one break in the first set from Medvedev, and it was enough 6-4. One break in the second set, and it was also enough 6-4, and 2 breaks in the third set when he won the third set 6-4 as well. So no, it was definitely not a clutch Djokovic we saw in this match. Definitely not a consistent Djokovic. Definitely not a physicality strong Djokovic. Definitely not a mentally strong Djokovic. In the end of the day, Djokovic, probably the pressure got to him. This was the biggest match of his career. He for sure was. He must have been nervous. He must have been nervous. And when the legs when the legs also failed him, because when you land that kind of a little first serve in 54%, that is a sign that you are not super sharp physically. You are not. He must have been tired, Novak Djokovic. He must have been, considering how many tennis he has played these 2 weeks at US Open. And Medvedev, super fresh. He was never tired because he has been winning his 6 matches before this US Open final started in convincingly way. Like I said, he has only dropped 1 set in that quarterfinal against that qualifier player from Netherlands. So, what can you say? Big congrats to Dan Medvedev, Djokovic. When did Djokovic lose a straight set Grand Slam final before? Outside French Open, because we all know that he did that last year at French Open in straight set when he lost against Nadal. What I can come up in my head, it must be against Andy Murray back in 2013, 8 years ago, in that Wimbledon when he lost in straight sets. So this is the first time Novak is losing in straight sets in a Grand Slam final outside French Open in 8 years, if I'm not mistaken. All in all, Medvedev wins 99 points, Djokovic wins 83 points, all in all in the match. So Medvedev wins 16 more points than Novak Djokovic. This was never a contest. This never was close. I actually thought that I will see this kind of a Medvedev in that ASL Open final 8 to 9 months ago. This kind of a Medvedev I believed I would see in that ASL Open final. Medvedev never showed up in that ASL Open final because Djokovic, he didn't do many winners in that ASL Open final as well. He did only 20 winners and 17 unforced errors. The difference was here that Djokovic was doing much more unforced errors in this match. Like a 38 unforced errors he did in this US Open final. In that ASL Open final 8 to 9 months ago, he did only 17 unforced errors. And he did only 27 winners in this US Open final against Medvedev. So Djokovic, like I said, he does 11 more unforced errors than winners. Medvedev does 10 more winners than unforced errors. Medvedev served 16 aces, 9 double faults. Medvedev was going for the second serve as well. He really didn't want to give Novak Djokovic short, weak second serves. He didn't care that it will cost him, and it costed him 9 double faults. He was so focused, he was so dedicated that I don't want to give Novak Djokovic any kind of a weak second serves. Even if I do double fault, I will take double faults. I take rather double faults than giving him weak second serves, and he punishes me. And you could see that when Medvedev did 5 double faults all in all, but he did 16 aces. Djokovic does only 6 aces and 3 double faults. If you look at the first serve return points won, it was even Steven there. Both won 20% on the serve return points won. But if you look at the second serve return points won, big difference. Djokovic wins only 18% on the second serve return points won. Medvedev 52%. 52%. Man, what a kind of huge difference. 18% on the second serve return points from Novak Djokovic. 52% from Medvedev on the second serve return points won. Man, Medvedev was outplaying Novak Djokovic in all stats. In all stats. I cannot find any single stat where Djokovic was matching Medvedev. Maybe only in that first serve points won, where both of them won 80% behind their first serve. 80%. This is the only stat. And the other stat only where Medvedev was doing more double faults. He did 9 double faults, Medvedev, Djokovic only 3. But Medvedev did 16 aces, Djokovic only 6. So Medvedev does 10 more aces than Djokovic. 10 more aces. Big congratulations to Medvedev. He was the much better player against the average Novak Djokovic. I don't know when I've seen Djokovic this week. So if the Novak Djokovic fans said that Djokovic lost because of the weather at the Olympic Games against Alexander Zverev, what will you say now? What will you say now? Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us some subscribe and see you next time. Peace!